Post tutorial, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of a heads up. So I'm here in my parents' living room, and if you hear a strange noise in the background, that is my dad's oxygen machine. So I'm just trying to make this work. I canceled last week because of the vicissitudes of life. And this time I thought, you know what, I'm going to be at my parents' for 4 days. I'm just going to bring my supplies with and make the best of it. Because a lot of you already have your parcels in the post, and I have a whole new shipment coming in so I can make more. So I thought it would be really nice just to show you what you can do with your package, okay? I think in the future I might also do a written tutorial. So if that's something that interests you, let me know and I'll see if I can get around to it. There's a couple of reasons why there is not a written tutorial yet for these projects. One of them is just that I've been spending so much time with my parents, and the other one is that I've had some shoulder issues, so keyboarding is really bad. But anyway, let's get started with this wonderful project, and I'm going to show you what comes in the parcels in the post to the best of my knowledge, because I used up a lot of my supplies, and it was quite popular, so I was waiting for more, and then I thought, oh, I hope I can cobble enough together to show you what to do. So let's get started. I'm just going to flip the camera and put it in the holder. So you can see below here the beautiful assortment of papers. I'm thinking I think it looks a little bit cloudy, don't you? I'm just going to wipe my thing. There. I hope that helps. And I'm just going to move these huge chairs out of the way. So this is a little bit of an idea of what you get in the package. So I'm doing full sheets of cardstock. You're getting 2 full sheets of Blushing Bride, 2 of Basic Black, 2 of Sahara Sand, 2 of Rococo Rose, and then Whisper White as well. I don't have any Whisper White here, so I'm going to have to cobble. You also get 3 sheets of these, 4 by 12, and it's in the Blushing Bride, the Rococo Rose, and then also in Sahara Sand, but I only have little scraps of that I'm using for the card, so you'll see what that looks like. Then you also get 3 sheets of the beautiful foil paper, and that's also in the Blushing Bride, Rococo Rose, and Sahara Sand, but again, I'm all out. And then this is what I have left of the beautiful True Love paper, and it's really nice just the way it is. You get 12 sheets of 4 by 12. So this is what I have left. I have a little bit more. Everything is in a box. Here's another one. And then I'll flip it so you can see the other side. I'm missing a sheet. And then this is the other side, but it's really beautiful. My thought behind the parcels in the post is that here's the ribbon. You get 2 yards of ribbon, and you get the heart trinkets. Let me just show you what they look like. They look like this one on the box. You get 3 heart trinkets, and you get a box like this, but it comes flat. I will show you how to put that together. So anyway, the reason behind the parcels in the post is that when you look in the catalog, you'll see a whole suite of products, and they're just beautiful. But when you see the price tag on the whole suite, it's like, ooh, what if I like more than one? And it gets a little bit scary. So this is an assortment of products so that you can have a little bit of everything and play along. So let's get started, and I'm hoping that there won't be too many interruptions. So I'm just going to move my stuff out of the way, trying to be organized here because I'm in a different environment too. Not that that makes that much of a difference. So the first card we're going to make is this one. And I use the Parisian Flourishes embossing folder for this. And I'm going to share the measurements with you. So grab a pencil and a piece of paper, and I will tell you what they are. Now, I also sponged over top of this, but I'm not going to do that for today's card because I don't have any sponges with me. So this Blushing Bride piece is 3 3/4 by 5. So 3 3/4 by 5. The Sahara Sand piece is 1/8 of an inch bigger than that. And look at this. You'll see that I've cut hearts out, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So this one is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay. And you can cut out things in behind because look, this is going to be covered up. So that is just being frugal and smart. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece and we're going to put it in the embossing folder. So open it up. And this is a pattern that you don't want it to be crooked, so you want to make sure it's straight in there, even though a lot of it's getting covered up. I'm just going to move this. And because this is a 3D folder, you need to use this plate with your new machine, okay? So I'm going to tilt my camera this way so that you can kind of see the machine. So I'm taking these plates out, and all I want is this one here, the base plate. So just the base plate, and then you put your folder in with the hinge first, and then you crank it through. I absolutely love this new machine. If you have the old Big Shot, I mean, it was a good trooper, but I've had this machine now for months and my plates are not bending. So to me, that is a huge benefit. So let's have a look and see how nice. This is a really lovely folder. Look how nice that is. So now we're going to just put this together a little bit. We're going to put some adhesive on the back of this. And I'm using Stampin' Seal. And it's a great adhesive. You just have to forward it sometimes. Sometimes you just have to, with your finger, advance it a little bit if it doesn't go. So just the top two corners, because it's just a little edge sticking out. There we go. And now the next step, we're going to use a really pretty framelit that comes with lots of heart. So this is the stamp set that I have used for my cards, this one. And the reason I picked this one is because I love this plaid. That's really it. I love the plaid heart. I love the polka dot heart. I love this. And I love the sayings. My heart smiles just thinking about you. It's very, the hearts can be used for Valentine's, but all the sayings are so more than that. So I will show you the other two that go with this set of products. There's this one and there's this one. All of them are really wonderful and they all come with really nice framelits. But that's for another day. Yeah, okay. And this one uses a framelit that I absolutely love. This one here. Okay, it's a beautiful banner framelit, and this one has that big, beautiful heart. So those are the other products that coordinate with this paper, just so you know. So we're going to start with this, and I need my Sahara sand. And I have just a full sheet, I think. Let me just look in my box. I have some smaller pieces. Maybe I have a piece big enough. Yes, look at that. Oh, goodness, I'm so happy. All right, so this just goes like on here. And then we need, I'm going to tilt my camera. So now we have the base and we need this number 2. And it tells you right on here, which is really nice. So, and then we need a clear plate and we need one more clear plate. And then we lay it on here. Oh, and make sure all your edges are the same, otherwise you're gonna have trouble. So make sure it's all lined up. There. And make sure your framelit is not sticking out over the edge. And then here we go. Crank it through. Sorry, that makes the table shake a little bit. And then you'll see the beautiful detail in this die. Let's have a look. Get that out of the way. So you can see, I'll give it a little flick, and see how all the pieces just fell right out? There. So it's got stitches and it's got the little scallop. So that's going to go here. And then we need a little pretty heart like this. So I'll open that up. This paper is so beautiful. And we need just this heart. Now you'll see that there's 2 hearts that are almost the same size. This heart cuts out a little edge of a heart. I don't know if I'll remind me to show you that later. Actually, you know what? I have a little baggie. I keep a little baggie of my extra stuff. My camera still looks foggy. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I'm going to wipe it again just to see if it helps. That's a bit better, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's so stinking cold outside. It's -10 here. This is the heart that framelit makes. See? It's really cute. And then there's this one that does a little dot. And actually, I saw it online. You can thread yarn through here or twine and make a cute little I don't have a needle here, so I can't show you, but I thought that was pretty clever. There's also a floral die like this that you can layer on the pretty paper, or let's have a look, see. There's all kinds of cute things, or you can layer it on a solid like this. See how nice that is? Yeah, there's a lot of pretty things in this die, and there's also a little bird that you can make, and the bird comes with a wing too. I've added him to a few cards as well. All right, let's just move this out of the way. I'm getting excited. I cut the middle out of this heart, but I didn't do a good job. That's a bit tricky. So, all right, back in the bag so I don't lose anything. And let's make, I'm sorry if you guys are commenting, I can't see it right now. In fact, next time I do a video like this, I'm going to pre-record it and then publish it as a premiere, and then I can watch it along with you and comment. I kind of like that idea. I'm learning as I go as well. So, you know, bear with me. And I appreciate feedback, okay? So as long as you're nice about it, and, you know, we all have thin skin, don't we, sometimes, especially during COVID. So constructive criticism is always appreciated. And what really means a lot to me is I would like it from your point of view as like, is it easy to find? When I go live, do you get a notification? That kind of stuff, because I don't know what it's like from that end. So here's my heart. There we go. So now we're going to put those two together. So it's amazing how much effort goes into one little card. When you make your cards on your own, then you're not thinking about that so much. But when you put them together in a video, it's amazing how much time it takes. So that's really pretty. So as soon as you've got your edges even, then you're good to go. So we're going to pop this up, but first we're going to put it on our card base. So I have a card base here, and my edge got bent a little. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, and I got a mess. Oh, it's gone now. We're going to cover that up anyway. So, but you can see how I got 2 hearts out of this. So you can do that with your bottom layers. You can cut other things out, especially when you're using expensive paper like foil. See how it's not advancing? Oh, you know what? I'm almost out of tape. Good thing I brought some liquid adhesive with. I miss not being in my own studio with endless supplies of everything. Okay, so now we're going to pop up this heart with some dimensionals. I always gather my dimensionals when I only have edges left. I put them on another one so that they're all consolidated. There, 3 will do. This is nice heavy cardstock, so you don't have to add as many dimensionals. And then I like it near the bottom. This card was not my original design. It was inspired by somebody, and I don't remember who. So I'm sorry, but if this was your card, let me know. I had a bow already made. I was going to cheat, but I might have to make another one. I had it sitting in my bucket, and I was so pleased with myself. I thought, oh, I don't have to make a bow. I can just use the one I have. But now, of course, Murphy's Law, the bow is not to be found. All right, we'll make another one. So just take your ribbon, hold it in a loop, take the other one around, loop it through, and then pull tight. And then because this ribbon has 2 different sides, you do have to finagle with it. You'll see that I have one going one way and one the other. And I actually had a little bow maker at home that I used, which is why I wanted to do it that way. But now you can see me struggling. See, I'm just going to flip this one inside out. There. So it just goes to show you that you can be the boss of your bow. There, you just have to play with it for a little bit. But when I get home, I'll show you what I use for a bow maker, because this is not making me very happy right now, and I don't want to waste time on it. But I did remember my ribbon scissors, so here we go. And now we just need our sentiment. So here's the card. So I need a scrap of, I have a scrap here, and I need a scrap of Sahara sand. Of course, I don't have a scrap of Sahara sand laying around. Just let me look. Oh, maybe I do. I do. Okay, so I'm just going to move my card out of the way. And we are going to use the Stampin'Up. The Stampin'Up is wonderful. Now, let's see. What are we saying on our card? Sent with lots of heart. So you lay your piece of cardstock on here, and then we're going to grab our sentiment. You are all heart, sent with lots of heart. There we go. So then we just lay it where we want it to go, and I'm going to do it at the bottom. And there. That looks good. And we're going to ink it up with Blushing Bride. Or I could do Rococo Rose. I think I'll do Rococo Rose. And just give it a little bit of a... If it doesn't work out, then I'll switch it. Oh yeah, no, that's perfect. You want it to stand out a little bit. If it was Blushing Bride, it would be just a little bit too subtle. I'm not liking that S. I'm going to try to get a little bit more ink on that. That's better. Okay. So now we're going to take our paper trimmer and trim it up a little bit. There we go. Going to trim it here. We want to leave room for a little banner flaggy, and then you can line it up with the stripes on the trimmer. Oops, that was the wrong blade. There we go. So now, you know what? I don't think I took an extra pair of scissors, which means I have to use my ribbon scissors on cardstock. I hate to do that. So I'm just trimming this a little bit more, and then cut down the middle, and then from the edges to the middle. There. And then just give it a tug if you didn't get hard enough. So that's good. And now I need a little Sahara sand. And you know what? I'm looking at this and I'm thinking it's just wide enough. Even though I have lots of cardstock, I hate to waste if I don't have to. So what I'm going to do is just trim this off. See? Perfect. Yeah, it worked out just fine. So now I'm going to take this one, and I want this one to be just a little bit longer. It's just about perfect the way it is. So now we're just going to do the same thing, cut down the middle, and then from the edge to the middle. And if I have it leaning on my fingers, that gives me just a little bit of stability. There we go. So now, oh, and you know what? It can be, I don't know if I waited too long. You want this one tucked under here just a little bit. That's cool. I'm glad I didn't tape it down all the way. I am going to use a dimensional, although I just moved the dimensionals and now I can't find them. I was so proud of my organ. Oh, there they are. They were under my card. Okay. I'm just going to put one here, and it fits exactly. And then I'm going to tuck it under. Oops. I forgot my pokey tool too. This is a lesson on how you can create with less. There, push it down. And then this one is going to be like so. So now I'm going to put some adhesive on here. Oops. There. And we're just going to leave a little bit of an edge at the top. Isn't that nice? And then all we need to do, and I thought I brought, oh, I did bring glue dots. Awesome. So with a glue dot, we are going to put our bow on. So you just want to, there's the glue dot, push your bow on. Oh no, it's metallic, so it might not work very well. There. And then a bow. See, and then you can fiddle with it a little bit more. It's not my nicest bow, but it's not my ugliest bow either. So that's card number 1. Okay, what do you think? All right, so we'll put those away. That means I'm going to have cards to send, right? All right, let's put them way out of the way. It's really tricky keeping your space clean when you're... I'm going to show you some of the cards that we're not making. So there's this one. And all I did for this, I will tell you the measurements. And I'll show you what I used. So for these hearts here, these tone-on-tone hearts is super cute. That's this die here, okay? And for the hearts along the side, that's this one. And let me grab my ruler. Do I see my ruler? I was going to give you the measurements. Oh yeah, here, my ruler's upside down. So this black strip is 7/8 of an inch by 5 and 3/8. Okay, so 7/8 by 5 and 3/8. And then the pretty pink piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And the black piece is 4 1/8 by 5 and 3/8. Okay, and remember, you can hit the replay button afterwards and you can get all this. And that's what I do when I watch someone else and I write it all down. Okay, so there's that one. And it's on a Whisper White base. Then we have this one. It's a Sahara Sand base. And I did the exact same thing with the Rococo Rose and the folder. And I think it's even the same size. Now, can you believe that my ruler disappeared again? Oh, there it is. Okay. So the Rococo Rose on this one is 3 3/4 by 5. And then the black piece is 4 1/8 by 5 and 3/8. And then I just layered some hearts and stamped right on that polka dot heart. It's really cute. A simple card. Okay. And then this one I did live on my primetime group. And this is the paper that comes in. And you know what? I'm going to show you that for a minute. I had my mom and my dad were actually coloring this paper. And I'm going to show you that. So you can take this paper and color it. So let's do that for just a minute. And I'll just do a little piece. Okay. So I start with the dark Rococo Rose. And I'm just going around the center of the flower. See? And then I'm going to go over it with the light Rococo Rose. And you get a really nice two-tone flower. But you can do some of the flowers just in a solid dark or a solid light, and you get a really nice variation of flowers. It's really pretty. And we're actually going to use this on one of the cards. Isn't that nice? And then if you just go over the dark, it just blends nicely. It's really pretty. And then the Granny Apple Green looks amazing with it. Let's just see. See, and you can do it all in one color. That looks great. And here, I'll even do a little stem here. Yeah, so it's really pretty. So that's another thing you can do with your pattern paper. And, you know, your imagination will take you wherever you want to go with that. So the next card we're going to do is this one here. And it uses the beautiful Sahara Sand foil. I don't know how to eliminate that line. I really don't. I'll try it again and see. So we have a Sahara Sand base. And then we have a Blushing Bride piece that's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And this one is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And what we're going to do is, hopefully I can find the embossing folder that I had out earlier. It's the embossing folder that goes with the Forever Fern stamp set. Let's have a look. Well, so far no good, so I'm just going to close my ink pad up. And I know it was hiding away in this corner, but all right, well, we're going to put the rest of the card together first then. We'll start with our Sahara Sand base. And I'm going to score at 5.5. And hopefully my folder will show up. So you score with the light blade. And then we're going to cut at 4 1/4. And the reason I'm folding and cutting this way is so that I can tie my ribbon around the whole card. Okay? So there we go. Now, let me look in my box for my folder. Well, we'll put it together so far. Okay, so I have my card. And we're going to put the Blushing Bride piece on. There. There we go. Oh, you can see I didn't take my sanding block. My blade was not good when I cut these. So close to the top. Down we go. Yeah, it's a mess. It really is. Okay. You know, I'm working on one table here. You know, how far could things disappear? That is what I would like to know. Let's see. I really wanted to show you that embossing folder, not this one. Okay, if you guys bear with me for just a minute, I'm gonna look. I do not want to give up on this. I'm moving everything. Nope, nope, nope. All right, I'll even look on the floor if it fell. Nope. Isn't that the craziest thing? You know, life sometimes throws you curveballs, doesn't it? Nope. I have a whole collection of owls here that I gave my mother. They're watching me and they're saying, Jackie, really? How? Oh, I found it. The owls have smiled on me. Here we go. This is it. I'm glad I didn't give up. I was really close on giving up. You know, there's a lesson in life for that. You know, often when we want to give up, that's when we're the absolute closest. If we only knew how close we were to success. Okay, so it says right on this thing, do not use with embossing folders. So you take this number 2 out. We just have the base plate and we have 2 number 1s. And here we go. And you see what happened, and I'm not sure how to avoid it, is when you put this in here and you just emboss your edge, see, then you get a line right here. And I'm not sure how to avoid that. Maybe if I put it through this way, I'm going to try. We'll try and put it through the other way, and then I'm just going to tilt my camera. And what I'm doing is I'm making sure that the top, it moved on me, the top plate doesn't go all the way. So there we go. Lay it on here. Tuck the top plate in so that it doesn't go as far. And we'll see if that works. All right. I think I just might end up getting a line somewhere else, but I'll let you know. And I'm not going all the way to the edge of that folder. I'm hoping this worked, because I didn't like that line. You know what? It's a more subtle line, that it's not as bad as, see here you can see it's a line, and here it's just kind of a shadow. So I'm hoping that that goes away. So I'm happy about that. Oh, and you know what else I forgot to do? Look, for this one, I put this piece of paper on first and it got embossed right along with it. But I don't have any more of this, so you can see which look you like better. Now let me see if I can find the piece that goes in there. It was tucked in here. And you guys are going to think, you know, we're watching Jackie and she just keeps losing things. It's crazy. Well, we'll put this on and then we'll go from there. This is a simple card because the foil paper really makes it. Oh. It's also harder putting tape on the back of foil paper because it's really smooth. Okay, so just good to know that as well. Okay. So this is going right near the top. There. I'm just going to give that a rub. And we've got our folder out of the way. And I'm going to just lay that here. And now the search is on for that little pretty piece of, see, so now we're going to tie a ribbon around. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep going. And hopefully the pieces will appear. Oh, I found it. Yes. Thank you, Lord. All right. So, yeah, it looks fine without being embossed, but I do like it when it's embossed like this. Let me know which is your preference. I'll take a picture of it later. Here, we can straighten you guys out now in case you're getting dizzy. There. And you can see now why I'm not showing you how to do all the cards. We'd be here all morning. And maybe you guys are up for that, but I'm telling you, as the demonstrator, it's exhausting. And now, ribbon. So that we're taking the ribbon and we're putting it all the way around. Like so. And then I don't have it cut. And here we go. put your thumb on there, make your loop. There. And then I'm just going to straighten that out again, just like with the last one. There. And now we take a scissors. And now I just want to cut a strip that says you're all heart. And I have a little bit of a tip here. I had cut one like this, but you see when it's close to the edge and you tuck it under, it hides. So you have to stamp it away from the edge. I'm going to cheat and I'm going to use the back side of this so I don't have to cut another piece. Okay. So Stamparatus is absolutely amazing for stamping sentiments because if you don't get it right the first time, you get a second chance. And that is awesome. I'm just going to clean my stamp that's on there. And see, I found my chamois. I get bonus marks for that. I think that I can't wait till Gerard and I are together full time because I'm telling you, it would be fantastic to do this kind of thing with an assistant. Someone who can just kind of, you know, help you along, be your person. So I've got your all heart and I'm going to put that right there. That looks about right. And then we're inking it up with Memento, okay? There, tap, tap, tap. Remember to keep your Memento inked up. It works a lot better. Oh, it's beautiful. It doesn't even need a second one. Love it. All right. You know, it's pretty easy to not lose the Stamparatus. So I'm going to leave a piece about like so on that end. And then I'm going to cut a banner on this side. And there. And then I like to just go like this with my fingers and so that the banner pops up a little bit. And then I'm only going to put adhesive on the one end like this. So just about an inch that has adhesive on it and it just gets tucked under like so. See, isn't that just so pretty? It's so simple, but it's really, really nice. I love this card. Okay, the next one. And I think this is the last, no, it's the second last one. Okay, so for this second last card, I am using a Memories and More card. So this is the card. And I think it's a beautiful, beautiful card as well. So I'm using a piece of the, oh, is this the Blushing Bride or the, yeah, this is the Blushing Bride foil paper. And a piece of this True Love paper. So this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, and this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I was wondering, we're going to make the pieces here, and then I'm going to see if I like it better with this piece up. So anyway, this is a Memories and More card, which means it's bigger than our regular cards. And it comes with coordinating envelopes, and I'll tell you how big it is. This card is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, so it's longer. Now, the first thing we're going to do is grab our Stamparatus, and we're going to clean off my stamp, and we'll put another one on there. Black and white and that metallic is just a lovely combination. There we go. And now we're going to use this big long string of hearts. So I'll move that out of the way. Put this in here. And the hearts are going to go along this edge. I'm going to move my magnet. And then I'm moving them up about like so. Yeah. This looks really nice in the inside of a card as well. It's a great stamp. And I find that you usually have to stamp more than one time for these hearts. Give it a nice firm rub. And then once more, oh, there we go. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Yes. Now, I hardly have any white paper. I forgot to bring white paper, so I'm hoping that I can get exactly 2 hearts out of this. Here we go. I've got this piece, and I think it's just the right size. So we're first going to do a black and white heart. And you have to make sure when you stamp that you leave a little bit of an edge, okay? I'll remove that. Let me wipe that off first. You always pay the price if you forget to clean your stamp before you put it away, because you will inadvertently stamp with it again and then make a mess. So now we're going to move this whole contraption back in the corner and black ink. So yeah, we've already been going for 36 minutes. It's crazy, isn't it? And I feel I haven't stamped that much. So there we go. Now, this is actually the way you want it. If you overstamp, look, I overstamped with this, and if you keep stamping, then you don't get that gingham look. So I'm going to leave it like this, and I'm not going to stamp again. Otherwise, the gingham look will disappear, and we don't want that to happen. And now I'm about to share with you another trick. And I really love this trick, okay? What I did, I don't know if you guys remember, but we have adhesive sheets in the catalog. So I put an adhesive sheet in behind my white and in behind my black. And the cool thing with that is that you'd automatically have a sticker. So I'm not going to do it yet, but we'll get there in a minute. I'm just setting up my Big Shot die cutting machine. We need a white. Look at that. I just have enough room. Yay! Close up my memento. All right, there we go. Tilt my camera so you can see my die cutting machine. We'll do the white one first because I can. I'm just making sure I have enough room around my little gingham one. I could do both at the same time, but I don't want to risk it. Okay. So now we have our white one. And you see how all the pieces just fell right out? No poking. Okay, and now we're going to do the little gingham heart. And that's this one. There we go. Crank it through. And then, oh, I almost forgot. We also need a heart like this out of the foil paper, and we're going to use the same trick. I'm going to cut it out of the middle of that so that I don't waste anything. See, it's going to be hiding anyway. So here we go. And I also need this one. This little guy. I want a flower. Okay? So they're both going on here. And as long as I have a little edge left around, we're good to go. And it saves you time running them both through at the same time. But this is a great way to stretch your foil paper. Just push it through that way. And here we go. See? So here I have my beautiful heart. I have a flower. And then I have some other ones too. I haven't used these little corner pieces yet. But I have all the pieces I need now. And you can save those flowers for something else. So you just keep a little baggie. And now see, I'll just move this out of the way. So now I can put my paper on, see, and it covers it up completely. So am I either going to do this floral or this stripe? But we'll see. And this is now going to go on my card beside my hearts. See how pretty? Oh, I'm kind of liking this little tiny floral. See, and then this one is going to go here. This is going to get popped up on there. And this one is going to go underneath. You know what? I'm liking it with the, I've decided, yes, we'll finish it off in a minute. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use, we need this one, and I'm going to use my adhesive backed white. Okay, we'll tip you guys up again so you can see my big shot. It's getting a little bit icky, my plate. I'm just scratching them off as best as I can. You can see how well worn my plate is, and it hasn't bent. So that's phenomenal. I don't know if you guys, any of you had the old Big Shot and you remember how badly the plates would warp. It was a sad thing. Okay, so that's going through. Here we go. And then we're going to do a black heart, and I'm going to use my adhesive backed heart as well. Just lay that there and take my black. This makes instant stickers, which is really wonderful. You can see that I did it for my always as well. It's great for words. I'm just going to cut this off. This is getting in the way. Okay. Now a plain heart. I'll put that in the corner here. I'm trying to be as efficient as possible with my paper. Don't want to waste. Okay, so now, oh, I forgot to say that in the Parcels in the Post, you also get some black matte gems, and I use them on this card, so you'll get to see them. Okay, now, I did take this gizmo. This is the matte there, because I need this to come out. There we go. This one usually does involve a little bit of poking, but I'm not sure if my pokey tool, I'm really hoping my pokey tool is in my kit. All right, let's have a look. I see, you know what? There is no pokey tool. So we'll see how well I do with getting those little matte gems off. Okay, now it's time to put this card together. So we have our white, oh, sorry, here, you guys are straight now. You don't have to hold your head sideways. Okay, so now look at this. I'm just going to peel the back off this heart, and I have a heart sticker. Isn't that great? And I'm balling it there. And now we're going to do the same with this white piece. Now, it's a little bit trickier. I wish I had my pokey. My pokey tool is a big help. There we go. My nails are a mess. Okay, there we go. Get rid of that. And this is stunning. I can see this being used for wedding cards too. But look how pretty that is. And because you have the adhesive back, there's no work to it. It's wonderful. Okay, so now let's put our card together. Here we are. And this one is getting popped up on here. And you can see mine, it slid a little bit, but you know what? Whoa, 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 sorry, I just hit you guys. We also have black dimensionals, which is really nice when you're putting black on black. I'm going to use them here, even though it's white, just to show you. There. And it's going to get popped up on here. Like so. And now we're going to take this piece and put it on our foil paper. I'm really happy. I love these cards, and I will blog about them as well, so you can find them on my blog later. Then you'll see close-up pictures of them. I think I'll put them on my blog on Monday, okay? So then don't stress. You'll have something to look at. Oh, I shouldn't have went down so quickly. I'm down. I'm committed. Oh, that's so pretty. There. Doesn't that just make you happy when you see those openings on the back and you know you've gotten, oh there, my tape is now done. When you see that red piece, it's done. That's enough. This will stick. So now, oops, I'm just trying to center this a little bit. There we go. And now I'm going to use my liquid adhesive. I'm so glad I brought this. And we'll put this, oh, and I just see that not all my little bits and bobs are out over here. I'm just going to flick it, see? And that got rid of most of them. And if they're not all out, it's not the end of the world, but yeah. So that one's going to go slightly on an angle here. There. And then this one is going to go beside it and tucked slightly under. Okay. So pretty. Oh, I might have to lift this one up a bit. Oh, it moved. Okay, well, you know what? That actually works out really well because now this one will fit. There. How nice is that? And then we're going to take our little extra flowers and I'm really missing my pokey tool. Oh my goodness. I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive on that and it's going to sit on top of this flower right here. Isn't that pretty? And then we're going to take the big one and put it, and you'll notice that this card has no words, okay? And that's okay. You can put your words in the inside or you can add them later when you know who you want this card to go to. See, and that's gonna go here. And now sadly, I only have the small matte black dots. I don't have any big ones because they all went in the parcels. So I'm going to see, this is where I would pick one up with my pokey tool, or if you have decent fingernails, you can do that too. But we'll see if I can manage it somehow. And if not, you'll just have to use your imagination. Oh, you can see. Well, I managed. Well, you know what? Screw that. Well, I shouldn't give up, should I? Oh, you know what happened now? I think the adhesive backing is on my other finger. Oh, come on. There, I did it. Let's see. And here's the next one. Oh, this is painful to watch, isn't it? And I'll slide you over. There. There's our card. So sorry about the painful application of the gems, but I love it. And I'm not sure. I don't know which one I like better, with the floral or the stripe. And I still see that my camera view seems to be a little bit cloudy. I have no idea. Is that better? Okay, we have one more card. Are you guys in for this? I hope so. It's been a marathon, hasn't it? Yes. I hope you're inspired to use your kit. Now let me just see if I can find. I need this. This shows all the things in that set. And this is the last card. Okay. And I wanted to show you something really cool. So this is Rococo Rose, and I used the polka dot and left this plain. But here I took the same strip and I colored it. So we're going to make one a little bit different. And I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this one off all the way. This piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And this card is 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. Okay. So, oh yeah, I was going to use this. That is not going to work. So, there we go. Oh. The European demonstrators use liquid glue a lot more than we do here, and it's more economical, and it does give you a little bit of wiggle room for placing things. So if you find that you're always putting things on crookedly, you might want to consider switching. So now I'm going to put this on. And I do love that pop of color. Take a look. Whoop. There. And now, thank goodness I took this with, because I ran out of white. So I'm going to use this. And I'm also going to use my extra little piece of white. I think I have a white heart that size. Let's just have a look. I'm hoping I do. If not, I have this one. Maybe I'll use that one. Yeah, I don't have a smaller white heart. So let's see if this works. Because I really like stamping on the heart. That's what I wanted to show you. So this one right here, and I'm not going to use the Stamparatus. We're going to use Rococo Rose. And then I am not putting those black gems on. That was too much work with my fingers. And see? Look how pretty that is. Okay. So now all I have to do is cut these out. So let's get that going. And I'm hoping that I throw my die back in the container. I did not. Oh, girls, 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 we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. I might not get this card done. Oh, I found it. I found it by hook or by crook. It was in my case. My goodness. All right, we're going to tilt this so you can see. And I'm just going to do this so it's a little bit closer to you. Lay this on, and I'll try to make sure it didn't move on me this time. There. There we go. Crank it through. Still moved on me. I really miss my magnetic plate. And I think, you know, when you're working a little bit sideways, I'm not sitting right on top of my my big shot there. But I always say to when I had card classes in my home, I always said, you know, if your card is too perfect, they're not going to believe that you made it. So embrace the imperfections and just go with it. This one's better. Here we go. See? And then the last thing we need to do is stamp Sent with Lots of Heart. And do I have... I'm trying to think, where can I do this? I'll stamp it on here. And you know what? I'm going to be bold. No, you know what? We'll use the Stamparatus. I shouldn't get lazy. Oh, sorry, I hit you guys. All right, I'm glad I see a few thumbs up, guys. That's wonderful. It's really nice if you comment below, too, because other people will see it. I'm going to just lay this like that. And, yeah, this is a new venture for me, this whole YouTube thing. So whenever you go out on a limb, it can lead a little bit of insecurities. And, yeah, there's always a learning curve. There's always things that you can do better. So there we go. I'm just really grateful that you're here with me today. It's also an adjustment for me to get used to the different numbers, because on my Facebook lives, I get a lot more people. So this is a, you know, a bit of a knock to my ego, but that's okay. That's when I started my coffee and a card. You know what? I started with one person, and for weeks it was one person. So you know what? Perseverance and things grow. That's really pretty. Okay. So now we're just going to turn that. I'm just going to cut this off first to make it a bit shorter. There. And then we're just going to cut that. Oops. No. Oh, I'm going crazy, girls. A little bit. So you can see how I'm making the best of the materials that I have. So I don't even have, oh yeah, there's a banner on either side of this. So there we go. Now we can put our card together, and then you can have a cup of coffee. Although maybe you were having a cup of coffee the whole time. I don't know. All right, now I have my original card. And I'm moving this out of the way. And oh, here, I thought, man, I've lost my card. Okay, here we go. So now we're going to do it like this. And like this. Whoops. And like this. Oh, it's pretty. It's pretty with a little bit of color. I love it. And then this is going to be just done with a little banner on both sides. And we were supposed to get a snowstorm here, but it really didn't happen. I think it went north of us. In a way, that's good. Tomorrow I drive home again. And, yeah. There we go. Cute. And I didn't pop any up on the other card, so I think I'll go flat again with this one. But now I think that you've seen the possibilities of what you can do with this this bundle, with the parcel in the post. You can really make a lot of things with it. Oh yeah, we didn't make the box. I have to show you how to do the box. I'm almost forgot. I don't know what made me think of it. That's good. I'll show you how to do the box. Because when I first saw the box, I was a little mystified. I'm like, oh, how does this work? And then this one's going to get popped up. Okay. So one here, one here. And be sure to tell your friends. People often forget that word of mouth is the best advertising, and it means so much to small businesses. There we go. And now we're just going to pop this up. And 1 and 2. And then you can see I have that little heart here. I'm not going to put that on because I used a sponge to do that, or you could use an adhesive sheet. But it does make a difference. So you add the little heart and you would add the little black things, and I think it's gorgeous. Okay, so now the last thing is the box. Now, this box does not include the ribbon that came with your thing because I found it was too, this was my masculine box, and then here's the other one. So here's the box. And my parents' nurse just arrived, so anyway, this is the cover for the box. See? That slides right over. That's the easy part. And then let me just close my ink pad. And then this part really mystified me. I forgot to take my bone folder with, but that's okay. So now you just press on all the folds. Okay? There, every single one, and you'd be surprised at how many there are. There. It is nice if you have a bone folder, your folders get crisp, your folds, I mean. You can use a block as well, so maybe I should do that. I'm just getting lazy. I also want to talk to the nurse, but my brother is there as well, so hopefully it's well in hand. Okay, so now you have to, let me think. Oh yeah, these pieces, these short ones, go up towards the middle, and then you fold this one down and around. Okay, I'll just move those out of the way. Then the same thing here, and I got really frustrated because you see how this flops up? It kept doing that. I thought, how is this going to work? But you do that on both sides, and then this one goes down, the short one, and then this goes down, and then it all locks into place. See? Isn't that awesome? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Then this slides in, and it's a food-safe box, so you can put treats in it. Oh, I'm having troubles. There. As soon as we get this in, there we go. It's a tight fit. There. And now I take a piece of 4" by 9.5. Okay? And we're just going to do this, flip it over, and what I do is I just fold it, wrap it, and I'm just giving it a bit of a score on each edge. Oh, I don't know if I went tight enough there. There, and then I take it off, and then I have my fold marks, and then I'm just doing this. So then you don't have to measure. The box itself is your guide. Now I went pretty fast, so I'm hoping I didn't mess it up. And then you can just tape it. And then you can adorn it however, which way you want, with your hearts, with your saying. There. See? And now I'm just going to peek to make sure my box is, okay, that's the upside down part. So then I just lay it in here, and look at that. And all I need to do is put adhesive along this one edge. There we go. There. And now normally I would use a stronger adhesive. So because I've just used the liquid adhesive, I might put something heavy on here. See, and then it just slides right off. So that's really nice. If you want to put more adhesive on to make it even better, but then look, I just adorned it with some hearts and some things, and that's all there is to it. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoy your parcels in the post, and if you haven't ordered one yet, you still can. All right, guys, thank you. Bye.